Good morning, America. Good morning, friends. Good morning, Patriots. Good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you. Going to talk about a few things this morning, doing a little coffee talk. We used to do these all the time. We're going to start doing them again. Cheers. Happy Coffee Day. Or happy coffee to you this morning. We're going to start doing these more often. I would like to broadcast this on the old Facebook, but for some reason I can't. So I'll make it over here and I'll go post it over there. I'd also like to post it live or make it live on Wimkin, but can't seem to do that either. I'm just, my live privileges are becoming difficult. But we're not going to talk about that today. We're here to talk about other stuff. Let's get this show on the road. Let's get a word from our sponsor and we'll get kind of off kilter this morning. Everything's a little bit different for me. Gonna be having some major changes here just in the next few hours. And so yeah, it's been a rough weekend around here. And thinking about past days and motorcycle trips and just reflecting. And so I thought I'd share some of those thoughts with you folks on let's talk motorcycles today. Used to make a lot of videos, motorcycle content type videos. And we've kind of gotten away from that. We've kind of gotten away from our motorcycle. It's here. I still have one. You may not see it much anymore, but I do still have one. You will start seeing it again here quite a bit in the near future. We're out of the heat and I'm going to have more time now that I can focus back on me and doing the things that I like to do. So that's kind of that. But trips of the past. We've been all over the place on these motorcycles and seen a lot of different country. I've rode all across. I've rode from coast to coast, not riding from coast to coast, but I've lived coast to coast. So I've rode in all those areas. I have not yet taken a coast to coast motorcycle trip. I would like to before I'm 6 feet buried, 6 feet under. I would like to go coast to coast one time on my bike, just kind of so I could say I did. The things as we get older, the things that we think about, the things that we reflect upon, the things that we cherish are the memories that we make along the way, the people that we meet, the relationships that we build, and the things that we do to make a positive impact in the world or on other people. There was a time when it was a big deal to pay it forward, and there may be still some of that, or there still may be some of that going on. You don't hear of it near as much as what you used to, where you would buy somebody's meal or pay the car behind you's bill or something in a drive up window and stuff like that. And I think right now with everything going on it has, at least for me, it has kind of, it's kind of put me in a slumber and taken me out of my norm. There's a lot of other things that go on in a person's life that might distract you from your normal modem of operation, right? Modus operandi. Yeah. But with all of this stuff going on, it's certainly put a lot of stress on a lot of people, me included. And I sure hope that the day comes that someone pays a hefty, hefty price for causing all of this when it was not needed, it was not warranted. Just for the fact that it has destroyed a lot of people. It's destroyed a lot of lives, it's destroyed a lot of livelihoods, and a lot of good people have really found themselves struggling through some of this. The suicide rate is up, the divorce rate is up, the poverty level rate is up. All for what? Yeah, that's what we're finding out. So, with all that said, I wasn't quite going to go there, but that's just kind of where this talk took me. But with all that said, we have not had the motorcycle out this year. Haven't small ride. I've been out a few times. I probably haven't put 1,000 miles on. I've talked this before, and just haven't really done anything. It's been a wasted year as far as I'm concerned. I've been fortunate enough to continue to work through. I've worked the whole time, so I'm a essential, non-essential. Heard that on a podcast last night, and I liked it because why is one person treated above another person? Why am I essential and you're non-essential? Why is my business able to run and your business isn't? Is the thing smart enough that it only knows to attack these businesses and not these businesses? Yeah. So see, it's kind of done that, and then making people cover their faces, taking away the personal, just your personal persona, just your persona. Everybody looks the same. You can't understand a word people are saying. I don't wear one. I haven't worn one. I'm not gonna wear one. Um, so that's that. Here's to your mask mandate. But they've added that to all the other stressors that they have created under false pretenses, as far as I'm concerned, and taken away any emotion, facial recognition, which they may have done that for a purpose, so their paid actors can destroy and not be detected as easily. They are being detected. It's kind of funny how that works, right? God works in mysterious ways, and he will always win. Good will always win. Good versus evil. That's what's going on right now. So we haven't really rode our motorcycle, and so I was thinking, I was just sitting here drinking coffee this morning, got the garage door open. This will be the last time I sit here and drink coffee. I'll be drinking it down by the river or something moving forward, or from the back of my motorcycle. With any luck, I'll be out riding my motorcycle, making some of those memories that I used to make all the time. Last big trip that we took, or that I took, or that we took it together on the motorcycle, was a year ago, September. Went to Durango, Colorado for the Four Corners Rally. It was a good trip. It was a good trip. It was long, a lot of miles. The more miles, the happier I am. The more my ass is sore, the bigger smile on my face. Then I know I'm out doing what I love to do, ride my motorcycle. Yeah. Um, as I stated earlier, rode all over the place. Pennsylvania, beautiful, beautiful up in that area. Pennsylvania, Ohio. Lot different than riding out here. Out here, it is a lot of flat and open, wide open spaces. Out there, it's a lot of curvy, windy, tree-laid roads. You're driving through the trees all the time, and the roads are very windy and twisty. They're fun, but a lot different than riding out here. You got to pay a little better attention because there's a curve every there's a corner around every curve. they are plentiful. A lot of fun riding out there. um, Texas, put down quite a few miles in Texas, and Texas is more like out here. It's a lot more wide open spaces. East Texas was a little more trees and whatnot. Louisiana, some of the worst roads, since I said Louisiana, some of the worst roads I ever rode on are in Louisiana. My gosh, you had to be paying attention. You didn't want to be hauling ass. There was times that I almost got bucked off because the potholes and the shit roads that they had out there. This is in 2000. When was I out there? 2010 maybe. So it's been a while. Maybe they're not that way anymore. I don't know. But then they were horrible. And man, I got caught in the worst rainstorm I ever rode in out there. It's in Louisiana, Shreveport. And been out for the evening and was riding back to East Texas on I-20, and it was probably about 2 or 3 in the morning, and it decided that it was going to rain. Now, when I tell you it's going to rain out there, it's going to rain. It was a sideways, high wind sheet of water. It's like trying to drive through a waterfall. It was horrible. Dark, 2 up, heading up I-20, not a soul on the road. Well, a trucker come along, and I was just trying to stay on the road, trying to get to my destination. There was nowhere to pull off at that point. I mean, we were out there, and trucker come along, and he got behind us and stayed there until I took the exit. More so probably to keep me from getting hit from behind. I think it didn't really help in the storm, but I think it protected my ass end. I was probably pretty hard to see with those little teeny red tail lights. There's only 2 of them and they're about that big around. So with that wall of water, um, I was soaked living in my camper. So when I got to the camper, I was soaked, and I tried to strip off, and shit, I had water everywhere. Water everywhere. Those are the memories that are good times, man. Good times. And those are the times that I like to reflect on. Um, since we're talking about rain, the time I lived in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and East uh, Ohio area, Steubenville area, for almost 5 years. doing oil and gas out there for these guys. Where's my, there we go. And I rode in more rain than I've ever rode in my life. The worst one was that one out in Texas in the middle of the night. That was the very worst. I rode in similar storms over in the Ohio, Pennsylvania area in the daylight. But that was by far the very worst. But just to kind of put in perspective out there, the 5 years that I spent out there, I rode in more rain than I have ever ridden in my whole life. Out here where we live is the desert. We don't get a lot of rain. We get some, but we don't get a lot. And it's mostly sunshine and clear blue skies. Well, out there it was mostly clouds and dark clouds and rain. If I got one solid day of clear blue skies in a week, I was doing good. Most weeks we did not even get that. But I liked the area. It was kind of depressing. It was dark and dreary all the time, but I kind of liked the area. It was very green because there's so damn much water. So therefore, it was very green. I lived 20 miles from nowhere, a little teeny town called Bloomingdale, Ohio. Little place. And I liked it out there. I was in the trees, and the drawback to that was I didn't see the sun except for when it was straight up because the trees were so tall. And I had a couple acres all cut out and all groomed, and I had fruit trees and a little orchard and whatnot. But it was a cool little place, but hidden in the trees real well. And it would be perfect to have that today with all this shit going on. It'd be a nice place to get away, and it was 4-bedroom house and a couple bathrooms, so it was, could have put some people up there, and a couple acres for tents out in the backyard in the trees or whatever, all fenced and stuff. So, but the rain was crazy, and I enjoyed being out there. 20 miles to work every day. Rode my motorcycle, a lot of it. I had to drive my pickup truck too because I needed it for work if I was going out to do site locations or whatever, or site location visits, site visits, manager visits, and stuff like that. But when we didn't have that going, or if I happened to have a company truck sitting around that I could use for that, I'd ride my motorcycle to work, and it was enjoyable. Get out there in the mornings. Man, I'll tell you, when it gets cold out there, it gets cold because it's humid. And so you get that humidity going, and it can be pretty cold. Sorry, I'm holding this camera and I don't have any of my stuff. It's all put up. It's all packed away in my van and stuff. So I wasn't able to get on the radio this morning. My stuff's packed away, all put up and put away. And so I don't think I can do it from the phone. Never tried, but it takes me 2 computer screens, so probably not effectively anyway. Well, I couldn't because all my songs are on an external hard drive, so that I play. So I need to have access to that. It plugs into the computer, So, man, I look like shit this morning. Sorry, folks. Been a rough weekend around here. So I wish I could switch this camera around, but I can't. I'm streaming through some software, so it doesn't give me the option. But man, it's beautiful, clear blue skies today. Can be 100 and some degrees. I'm gonna ride my motorcycle over to Utah today and park it, and I'll have that sucker to ride, and I'm gonna be riding that baby. Where else did I live? Colorado. Let's talk about Colorado for a minute. Lived over in Colorado on the western slope Fruita, Grand Junction area. Had a horse ranch out in Fruita for a few years. And how long was I out there? I think I was out there 3 years, maybe a little more than three. Work's taking me to all these places. I was a district manager, so when I would get moved to a different district, I would get moved, physically moved. So I started out in Wyoming, ended up in Colorado, then went to East Texas, North Louisiana, Arkansas, and then from there I went to Williamsport, Pennsylvania, for very short amount of time, and then they shipped me over to Pittsburgh, Cannonsburg actually, suburb of Pittsburgh. Spent a few months over there, and then from there I jumped across the river. It wasn't far away, but I jumped across the river into Ohio, eastern Ohio. Built shop, brand new place, built, staffed in Toronto, Ohio, right on the river. Cool town. I really liked that place. I didn't live there. I wanted country space. So when I bought my house, I found acreage out there that I was just telling you about. It was about 20 miles away, and pretty cool little area. But Colorado, beautiful place to ride your motorcycle. My gosh, Colorado is it's mountainous. Um, the climate was mild for mountainous. In the winter, they got a lot of snow where I was at. Was working up in Peons Creek, and I'll tell you what, when it'd snow up there, you'd be pushing feet of snow. You'd be pushing snow with a hoodie or pickup. So, but there was like four seasons. You actually had spring, you had fall, you had summer, you had winter, and it was a pretty cool place to live. Lot of good riding out there. A lot of good riding during the summertime and whatnot. Um, I had horses there. I had four and boarded six. We had 10 on the property all together. Um, most of them were just in boarding stables. They took care of their own. Um, I think all of my boarders took care of their own. They just needed a place to park it. And I took care of my four. I had four. And two that we rode, one that we was working. She's 3-year-old was that Appaloosa? 3-year-old. I can't remember now. I have to look at my pictures. And quarter horse colt baby. He was a little boy. And my favorite horse I rode all the time was Woody. He is a Tennessee Walker, old gray Tennessee Walker, 13 years old. And man, he was a stubborn son of a gun, but once you got on him, he was so fun to ride. He just didn't want to go. He was just didn't want to go ride. So he wouldn't let you on. So you'd have to round pen him for a minute and let him know that it would be easier to go for a ride than to sit and work the round pen today. A few rounds around there, and he'd say, "Come on, get on." He'd damn near squat down and let you climb on. But he was fun to ride. Did a lot of horse riding out there, the Book Cliff Mountain Range and stuff. Beautiful out there. I got some pretty pictures from out in there somewhere floating around my 20, 30,000 pictures I got online. I gotta figure out how to get them suckers downloaded. They're all on the cloud. 2 terabytes worth of cloud shit going on there between videos and pictures. But yeah, so yeah, just reflection, just reflecting today, and I don't know, kind of giving a life history for the old boy Johnny here. I dressed for the facial recognition of Facebook, and then I couldn't get on. It wouldn't let me on anyway, so that's why the dark glasses and whatnot. But I don't know what's going on with all that. There's more to it than than just being deleted on Facebook. They're messing with everything. Hopefully this isn't cutting in and out, but my last one did. Never did that before. Emails, not getting them. It's just this is a really important year for everybody. No matter which side of the fence you park your horse on, um, it's a very, very important year. It's not just about the next four. It's about the future of the world, really, not just the United States, but the world. Very important stuff going on. It's time to change this country back to a freedom loving, America loving, America supporting, patriotic community that we once were. It's time. Well, guess that probably good for a little talk today, a little reflection here and there. Hope you all have a good day. Hope your weekend was good. If you're out riding, hopefully you were safe. I had done a prayer request on my radio station last Sunday for our friends Josh and Angie Lancaster, who were in a motorcycle crash on Saturday of last week. We still need to continue that, please. Angie Lancaster, she received a head injury, and I haven't seen an update that said she's awake yet, so they need our prayers bad from everybody. Angie Lancaster, Josh and Angie. Josh broke some ribs, road rash, come out pretty good. Angie, head injury, not good. So please keep them in your thoughts and prayers. I believe in prayer, and I believe in prayer by the numbers. God bless America. God bless you. God bless our president and the future of our country. Let's get out and ride those motorcycles. Most of you probably are. I'm talking to me. Get out and ride that damn bike. Put some miles down on that baby. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'm out. Peace.